want to do this year is go to the Medicare.gov website and just become familiar with the website and go down to log in or create an account. And if you have an account, you can go ahead and log in. And if you haven't created an account, you want to make sure that you go in, you set up your username and your password, and you follow along with the create an account screen. Once you have your account, we're going to go in and find drug plans. Now, there's a couple of different options. So if you get to this screen, make sure you're logged in over here, because you can save your drugs and pharmacies in your Medicare account. If you want to do it without an account, you're going to type in your zip code, answer any questions if you have to select your county, and we're going to go ahead and hit continue. Now we're going to get this next step that says select the plan type that you want. Now, Medicare Advantage and the Medigap policy is not as accurate as it could be on the Medicare website. So just know that going in. But for most of us, we're going to choose the Medicare Drug Plan Part D, because that's what we're looking to find plans for. And then we click Find Plans. Now, it's going to ask you next, do you get help with your Medicare health or drug costs? And they're going to list down whether you have Medicaid, supplemental security income, Medicare savings, or any extra health. If you're not sure, you can always hit the information, and that information is going to come up here on the side. If you don't get help from the programs, you're just going to click, I don't get help from these programs, and then click Continue. Now it's going to say, tell us your search preferences. Do you want to see your drug costs when you compare plans? Now, we're going to say yes. It's important to know that even if you're not currently taking any medications, you do need to select a Part D drug plan just in case you need one, or there will be penalties. So even if you're not on medication, you need to select a plan. So we're going to say yes and hit next. Now, if you don't have any drugs or medications that you're taking, you're going to say see plans without drug costs, because we don't have any to look at. And you're going to come up with your plans that are sorted by lowest drug and premium cost. If you want to sort by a different way, you can certainly do that. So if you have no medications, the best value is going to be WellCare Value Script. That is going to be your best value. You can go ahead and look at information about this particular plan, but your monthly premium would be $2.30, and that's a total right here of the rest of 2025. So we're looking at $6.90 for October, November, and December of 2025. It gives you a guide of what you would be for next year. If you want to see other plans, you just keep scrolling down, and we can go down here to page 2, and the most expensive plan for me, for my zip code, is going to be $94.30, and that's going to cost me $282.90, and that's with no medication. So that's what that would cost. You pick the plan that's going to work best for you. Now, some of you may see a plan here with a zero cost, and that's okay. There are some drug plans that don't have any cost to them. That doesn't make them bad. It just means that there is no cost to those. Now, if you wanted to look at these plans, here is your star rating. So we can see that this Cigna plan is rated for 2.5 stars. Just more information that you could have in case there was anything that you wanted to compare for the ratings. And we can see that our cheapest plan, our most economical plan, has a star rating of 3.5 stars. Okay, so we're going to go back up here at the top of the page to drugs and pharmacies. And we're going to type in that we do take a drug. We have a prescription that we take. And as you're typing, your medication will appear. And I'm going to click add. Then it's asking my doses, and it will give you a suggested amount. And we're going to do the 40 milligrams. And it says you're going to take 30 tablets in a month. And you're going to want to say, yes, I do that in a month. And you're going to say, add to my drug list. And let's go ahead and add in another drug. So it's helpful to have your medication bottles handy so that you can get the name and you can make sure that you're putting in the right dosage. So this medication, we're going to take a 50 milligram, 60 of these, and we're going to take that every month. And now I'm going to say that's all the medications I have. I'm going to go to the bottom where it says done, adding drugs. And now it's going to say, would you like to pick up? You got to pick your pharmacy. So I'm going to put in my zip code again. And I'm going to say find pharmacies. Now, this is going to give you pharmacies within 5 miles. So I'm going to always select mail order. That needs to be number 1. And if you see here on the bottom, we can select up to 5 pharmacies. I highly suggest that you take pharmacy for CVS and that you take a Walgreens pharmacy because they are often the preferred pharmacies. I'm going to now select this Winslow pharmacy as a private pharmacy, and I'm going to say, okay, let's do the Walmart pharmacy. So that's my 5, and I'm going to say continue to view plans. So now I'm still sorted over here by my lowest drug and premium costs. And now I'm going to look and select which one is my best value. And right now, the WellCare value script is still coming up at $2.30. And for the rest of 2025, it's going to cost me $6.90. So it looks like I don't have any copay for any of my medications. And my total deductible is $5.90 a year. Now, if we scroll down to some of the other plans, we can see that this plan, Horizon, is $18.20 a month. And my total cost for my estimated drugs and my premium is going to be $644.60. So if we divide that out for the last 3 months in the year, I'm going to be paying around $200 a month for my medications on this plan. I'm going to click on plan details. And that's what it's telling me. Here's my premium at $18.20 a month, my drug deductible. And I scroll down, I see that all of the pharmacies I selected are in network, but the mail order is the preferred in network. So that might give me the best value for my money, but maybe not. So here we see the actual costs of the medication. So for CVS, it's going to be $490.10. The other one is going to be $99.90. compared with mail order, compared with any. So they're all pretty close in price. Again, you would select the one that is best for you. Now, your total cost for the rest of 2025 is going to be $644 at CVS, Walgreens, Winslow Pharmacy, Walmart Pharmacy. It's exactly the same at all of these pharmacies. And that's your premium cost and your drug costs. And this is just listing out by month. Now, we selected one of the middle cost plans, but let's take a look at the WellCare, which is only $2.30 for your plan premium. We're going to hit plan details. We see that here's our monthly premium. Our total deductible is going to be $590. Everything is covered. Now we see that CVS, Walgreens, and mail order are all preferred in network. We've got our yearly cost estimated down here, and we see that CVS is $0, Walgreens is $0, Winslow Pharmacy, although in network, is going to be $60. Walmart is going to be $60, and mail order is going to be nothing. Our total premium cost with drugs for the rest of 2025 is $6.90 at CVS and Walgreens, which are your preferred providers, along with mail order, and they're $66.90 at Winslow Pharmacy and Walmart. So depending on the plan you choose and the medications you have, your price is going to be different for your premium and your and your drug costs. So if we were going to look at CVS Pharmacy, we can see that the retail cost is $169.99, but we have no costs out of pocket for any of these. All right, so let's say, oh, I forgot. I'm not going to fill their survey out. So we can say, oh, I forgot a drug. So I'm going to scroll to the top and go back to search results. And I'm going to go back to drugs and pharmacies, and I'm going to select add another drug because, oh, I forgot about my Jardiance. All right, so I've got Jardiance, and I take 25 milligrams once a day. That's 30, and I'm going to add it to my drug list. All right, so now I've added a new drug. I'm going to say I'm done adding drugs. I'm going to keep all my pharmacies the same, and I'm going to click to view plans. Now, this has changed. The Horizon Medicare plan is now coming up with a monthly premium of $86.40, and my total cost for this year is, for the rest of 2025, is going to be $379.20. And all of the other plans are on here. So this is the well care that we were looking at that was only a few dollars a month, and now it's going to be $107 a month, all by changing that one medication. So I'm going to pick the Horizon because that is my lowest total drug and premium cost. I'm going to go to Plan Premium, and I'm going to look down and see what changed on here. So now CVS, Walgreens, Winslow Pharmacy, and Walmart Pharmacy are all in network, but my preferred pharmacy is mail order. Now remember, everyone's going to be different, so this might be different for your medications versus my medications. And now we come down here and we see, of course, it's the Jardiance. That's the one that's going to have that copay. It's $120 for the copay across the board. Doesn't matter where you get it from, but that's what our copay is now going to be. So your total drug and premium costs is now $379.20 for the rest of 2025. And if we wanted to go into CVS and we wanted to look specifically at that, we see that our Jardiance is going to be a $40 a month, and that's going to be our monthly cost for our Jardiance. So we're looking at the $40 a month plus the $80 and some change plan, $86.40 for the Plan Premium. So remember, this is different for everybody. You want to make sure you each create an account and you put your medications in, select that plan, and then you're going to want to do the same for a spouse or a loved one because not everyone is going to come up with the same results. Remember, our health team is always available to help you at Dempsey Weiss and Associates.